Please join me in prayer. God of hope, on a day that celebrates the individual and collective achievements of our graduating class, we offer thanks to those who have helped us reach this moment of commencement. We first acknowledge Center College, the place that quickly became for us a beloved home where memories were made that will last a lifetime. Protecting God, continue to strengthen this institution as it prepares to enter its third century of service. And as we go out, and as our lives lead us into the East, remind us, God, of the place that helped shape the people we will become. We ask that you bless the faculty and staff of this college, those who dedicate their lives to the service of this place and its people. Renew them, God of wisdom, with an excitement for new beginnings. God of grace, we offer gratitude to our families, whose support has helped us reach this celebratory day. May we always be mindful of their love, care, and goodwill. For the class of 2015, those who have become our colleagues, teammates, sisters, and brothers, continually remind us, God of love, of the life-giving fulfillment found in our friendships with others. Creator God, we petition you to endow us with the fortitude to leave Center College with a renewed commitment to justice and the strength to lead lives of character, community, purpose, determination, and grace. Compassionate God, instill in us the vision to see the truth and the courage to act upon it. Amen and amen.
Please be seated. I am honored to welcome the members of the class of 2015 and their parents, grandparents, siblings, and friends to the commencement of Center College and to declare that these exercises in the 196th year of this college are officially opened. From this small college have come regional and national leaders in government, law, education, the arts, science, and commerce. While we have grown far beyond the fragile institution founded on the Kentucky frontier in the early 1800s, we have never grown beyond an intentionally personal kind of teaching that encourages our students to extraordinary levels of achievement. Everyone in this hall can share in the satisfaction that those of us at Center feel in guiding bright and promising young people in their academic, social, physical, and spiritual development. In every way we might measure, Center continues to excel. Its faculty, students, and staff are of recognized distinction, and it is altogether appropriate that the countless magazines and guidebooks that identify Center as one of the nation's top-tier liberal arts colleges. As the Commonwealth's most prestigious institution, we take pride in a four-year graduation rate that places Center among the nation's leaders, and a record for placement in top graduate programs and first jobs that guarantees Center will continue to be a leader in producing citizen leaders for this state, this nation, and increasingly, our world. The college's other accomplishments are too numerous to share this afternoon, but it is very clear people have come to expect the extraordinary from Center and its people. While some of today's graduates have won special honors, have earned national prestigious fellowships, and have been accepted at leading graduate and professional schools across the country, I remind you that every member of this class is an accomplished person and deserves your great respect and recognition. For this reason, and in view of the importance of this occasion for each graduate, we ask you that we observe Center's long tradition of not applauding or cheering individual graduates, but instead to wait patiently to recognize the class as a whole. I promise you, it's worth the wait. I promise you that. Commencement is truly one of those special days for all of us, faculty and staff alike, who choose to serve at Centre College. We join in today's celebration and count it a blessing to be part of this enterprise. Much praise should go to faculty marshals, Professors Preston Miles and Steve Bowden. We thank you for the time and effort at these events. And not to forget our interpreter, Derek Drury, who facilitates our hearing impaired audience and is much appreciated for his contribution. We are fortunate to have 8 members of the Center Board of Trustees with us today, and I would ask them to stand. Barb Emler, David Grissom, Randy Kell, Crit Llewellyn, Jeff Mackin, Mark Nunnally, Nelson Rhodes, and Kevin Taylor, so that they might be recognized with our applause. Retiring members of the faculty, and I would ask them to stand, this year are J.H. Atkins, Assistant Vice President and Associate Professor of Education, Mike Barton, the H.W. Stagio Professor of Biology, Phyllis Belvier, Associate Professor of Spanish, Barbara Hall, the H.W. Stagio Jr. and Adele H. Stagio Professor of Music, and Conrad Shiva, Associate Professor of Chemistry. Might I ask you to join me in applauding for them? We will now move to the conferral of the honorary degrees. I would invite Robert T. Brockman, Mark Nunnally, and Randy Kell to take their places for the conferral of the degree.
President Roush, I'm delighted to present Robert Theron Brockman for an honorary degree. For me, and perhaps for many of you, entrepreneurs are at once a most positive expression of the human spirit and the American experience. Passion, hard work, and creativity all blend to make something important happen. My friend Bob Brockman is a personification of this ideal. His passion for the game, as he calls it, has propelled him to the top of American business. He pioneered providing auto dealers with dealership management software from a startup, before startups were the cool thing to do, with his wife Dorothy in their apartment living room in 1970. Single-handedly architecting an amazing version of the minnow swallowing the whale, Bob is currently chairman and CEO of Reynolds & Reynolds, a company he acquired with the company he founded, Universal Computer Systems. Combined, he has created the innovative, dominant leader in these markets. Moreover, he has been widely recognized for the management practices he has developed in building his company. And by the way, in his spare time over the past decade, he started an investment firm based upon these principles that has quickly become one of the most successful in the country. Bob came to Centre from Florida with financial support from his grandmother and spent 2 successful years in Danville before returning to his native state and graduating summa cum laude from business school at the University of Florida in Gainesville. He served on the Centre Board of Trustees for 16 years, including more than 5 as our chairman, a responsibility that he has described as a labor of love. What Centre did for me is just remarkable, he says. It was a place to grow up, a place to get a right start. In return for that right start, Bob has become Center's most generous benefactor, although often anonymously. A catalog of the projects he has supported, either in whole or in part, would include Pearl Hall, named for his mother and grandmother, the A. Eugene Brockman Residential Commons, named for his father, the Campus Center, renovations to the Norton Center for the Arts, major renovations and additions to the Krauts Hall, Sutcliffe Hall, and Young Hall, and the ongoing Southfields project that has provided a new locus for the athletic program. His dedication has dramatically transformed our campus over the last nearly 2 decades. As a result, we face exciting new horizons and possibilities in our future. In grateful recognition of his inspiring and focused leadership as chairman of Center's board, a group of trustees recently established the Brockman Scholarship, an endowed 4-year award for students interested, as Bob was, in economics and subjects such as science, computer science, and mathematics. For all that he has brought to Center College, it is my great pleasure to present Robert Theron Brockman for the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters.
Robert Theron Brockman, astute entrepreneur and magnanimous philanthropist. Center College today honors with gratitude your exemplary leadership, profound vision, and remarkable generosity. We would not be where we are today without your single benevolence. Your unwavering commitment to providing an ever better living and learning environment for our students and faculty has helped ensure that Center will continue enriching lives for generations to come. I am hereby pleased to confer upon you, by the authority of the Center College Board of Trustees, the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters with all of the honors, rights, and privileges thereto appertaining. I therefore present you with this diploma and ask that you be invested with the appropriate hood. Congratulations, Bob. Might I now ask Eugenia Crittenden Blackburn Llewellyn, Milton Riegelman, and Bob Stewart to take their places.
President Roush, it's my pleasure to present Eugenia Crittenden Blackburn Llewellyn for an honorary degree. Because Ms. Llewellyn is both an implacable reformer and a savvy politician, she has become one of the Commonwealth's most experienced and is the Commonwealth's most admired public official, winning almost universal praise from both sides of the aisle. In 2009, the national magazine Governing named her, quote, Public Official of the Year for her positive impact on Kentucky government. Last fall, she was appointed Kentucky's lieutenant governor. Her interest in the political process and public service began rather modestly with a 3-week summer job stuffing envelopes for Wendell Ford's U.S. Senate campaign. Immediately after she had graduated from Center College, where she had majored in studio art, but had also read Alexis de Tocqueville and William Faulkner. Since then, she has served 7 Kentucky governors in positions ranging from Commissioner of Arts to State Budget Director to Secretary of the Governor's Executive Cabinet for 2 terms, a position that is, in effect, the Chief Operating Officer of the Commonwealth. She was an early supporter of the Governor's Scholars Program and instrumental in founding the Governor's School for the Arts, and in 1997 was key in brokering the legislation that reformed Kentucky's higher education system. During her elected 2 terms as state auditor, she led high-profile cases that exposed fraud, corruption, and waste in a number of government offices, returning millions of dollars to the state taxpayers. In spite of her long exposure to the worst aspects of partisan politics and executive malfeasance, she remains optimistic about the power of government to do good. She said, quote, "I believe government has a role in making people's lives better," end quote. A Frankfort native, her roots in the Commonwealth run very deep. She and her husband, Lynn, live in the Franklin County farmhouse where she grew up. Her ancestors include not only 2 19th century Kentucky governors, John J. Crittenden and Luke Blackburn, but also Center's 3rd president, Gideon Blackburn. She has been a member of the Center Board of Trustees since 1998. For her uncommon service to and the sterling example she has set for her college, her Commonwealth, and her country, it's my great pleasure to present Eugenia Crittenden Blackburn Llewellyn for the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
Eugenia Crittenden Blackburn Llewellyn, your alma mater today honors your powerful intellect, your exquisite mastery of the art of persuasion, your rigorous integrity, and the genuine commitment to all Kentuckians that has been your life's work. I'm hereby pleased to confer upon you, by the authority of the Center College Board of Trustees, the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the honors, rights, privileges thereto appertaining. I therefore present you with this diploma and ask that you be invested with the appropriate hood. Congratulations, Crit.
Thank you. President Roush, trustees, parents, families, and graduates, I'm truly honored to be here this afternoon. And a special thank you to Milton Riegelman, whose teaching and friendship has had a profound impact on my life, and to my dear friend and Center classmate, Bob Stewart. I've never received any recognition that means more to me than this honorary doctorate from Center, and to have it bestowed by these 2 individuals is especially meaningful. 41 years ago, I walked across this very stage to receive my diploma, the 2nd class to walk across that stage in this new building then. I'm afraid, class, I don't remember who gave my commencement address. And odds are you won't either. What I do remember is the mixed feelings of elation at having finished, tempered with sheer panic over what was next. Where would I find a job? What direction was the right path for me to begin my adult life and career? Even today, I can still remember how I felt that day, and I'm guessing each of you is feeling that same mix of optimism and uncertainty. What I didn't know then was that Center had prepared me to face difficult decisions. Center had armed me with the confidence to walk through every door of opportunity that opened, and Center had taught me to go out and make a difference in the world. What I also couldn't know then was the important role my friendships here would play throughout my life. I've invited several of my Center friends here to share in this special day. A small group of women who met here still get together each year for a reunion, and we share our Center memories again and again and again, but mostly we laugh. When I was being treated for cancer over a decade ago and beginning to lose my hair from chemotherapy, the Center girls showed up, each wearing a large, fuzzy, neon-colored wig with one for me. And remember, these were already 50-plus-year-old women then. We have laughed together and cried together through the years. We've been there for each other through triumphs and tragedies, whether it was celebrating marriages, near marriages, births, the progress of children, or mourning the loss of our parents and other loved ones. We have shared all the ups and downs of life for over 40 years. Living in this small and nurturing Center community has given you the wonderful gift of friendships that you've made here. So cherish those friendships. They will be lifelong sources of joy and comfort. I arrived at Center with a proud family pedigree and little else. As Milton has said, I counted 2 governors, Kentucky governors, among my ancestors and deep Kentucky roots. But my father died at the end of my junior year in high school, after difficult health issues had kept him an invalid for over 20 years. And that resulted in financial hardship and tremendous stress on my family. We were a family turned inward, focused on the problems with little time to think beyond each day. Center for me became a window into the world of possibilities. The faculty here imparted more than their knowledge of subject areas. They showed by example the value of self-esteem. They demonstrated each day to me that a life built on excellence and service could leave an indelible mark on the lives of others. So the value of the Center experience has increased for me with each passing decade, and it will for you graduates in ways that you can't foresee today. What you should feel today, without question, is tremendous pride in your accomplishment. You are graduating from an institution with a proud history. Center was established in the earliest stages of Kentucky's settlement and is now approaching its 3rd century of changing lives for the better. And it has spawned generations of leaders who've gone on and contributed in meaningful ways to Kentucky and the nation. As has been mentioned, one of my ancestors was an early president of Center, Reverend Gideon Blackburn, and I like to think of him as a 19th century John Roush, revered around the nation for his exemplary leadership skills at a highly respected academic institution. The reality is this was the American frontier, and there were 8 students here when Gideon Blackburn became president in 1827. Though the college that we know today has no resemblance to that outpost in early Kentucky, at every stage of its development, each generation of Center's leadership shared the capacity to dream, and they shared the knowledge that excellence fuels our dreams. You graduates will join that proud tradition tonight, and I congratulate all of you on this remarkable achievement. For whatever path you take, you are now prepared to have quality lives and careers, and to be leaders who will make important contributions to society. By every measure, you have received one of the finest educations in the country, thanks to your talented professors whose dedication to teaching helps make Center one of the top liberal arts colleges in the country. In rankings ranging from U.S. News and World Report to the Princeton Review, from Forbes to Kiplinger, Center continues to rank among the best in the nation for its academics, the quality of its faculty, and its value. And importantly for you, we remain #1 in the nation for happiest graduates. And that's partly because 96% of our graduates are employed or accepted into graduate and professional programs within 10 months of crossing this stage. We and your parents hope all of you achieve similar outcomes. 81% of you who started in the fall of 2011 will graduate today, and that places your four-year graduation rate among the best in the nation. Your class and the college continue to set the national standard for study abroad. This class includes outstanding graduates from the Brown Fellows, Posse, and Bonner Scholar programs. You were involved in the historic hosting of the 2012 vice presidential debate. Your class has contributed a remarkable 28,000 hours of community service in the area. And members of this class have received an impressive array of awards and fellowships. You each have much to be proud of as you walk through these doors to the larger world today. When I walked through those same doors, I had no idea that my life would take the direction that it has taken. Today, serving as Lieutenant Governor of Kentucky, I look back on a career that gave me the opportunity to work on every aspect of public policy with leaders in business, healthcare, and education, as well as elected officials at every level. It was my center experience that gave me the foundation for every step of my journey. For me, it was a path in public service, in both elected and appointed positions. But in each job I held, I drew satisfaction from knowing I was working to make a difference in the lives of others. There were opportunities along the way that I could have changed my path. I could have had a more rewarding career financially and one that was not dependent on the outcome of elections. One such opportunity I was presented would have more than doubled my salary. But at the time, I was Secretary of the Cabinet for Governor Paul Patton, and we had just successfully completed the historic higher education reforms of 1997. As I considered that job offer, I remember standing on the Capitol steps at the signing of the legislation with the governor, surrounded by school children whose lives would be changed by the work we had done. And I decided to turn down the offer and stay in public service, knowing that if I left, I would never have such a moment again where I could truly know that I had personally made that kind of difference. I've learned some valuable lessons during my journey, lessons that began at Center and continued through my career. And in homage to John Roush, I will share 3 of those lessons with you today, because we all know John likes to work in threes. First, be grounded in integrity, committed to be accountable to those whose trust you hold. That means always staying true to your moral compass and accepting responsibility for the trust that is placed in you. That lesson was never more clear to me than when I served as state auditor, and our work resulted in dozens of prosecutions for public corruption. But I witnessed others in positions of influence who, though their actions were not criminal, fell from grace because they strayed from that moral compass. Second, be passionate about your commitment to lifelong learning. You've achieved a critical milestone tonight in the formation of your educational foundation. Some will continue your formal education, but whatever your path, never stop learning. Your dreams can only be as big as your ability to fulfill those dreams. Though I was an art major here, I relied on that strong liberal arts foundation as the springboard to continue to learn. By the time I ran successfully for state auditor, I had the most financial management experience of anyone who had ever sought the office, learning through experience each step of the way as new opportunities were presented. And third, find good mentors, people you look up to and can learn from. Reach out to those you respect and don't hesitate to ask for advice. Here I know you've had faculty and advisors who filled that role. Later it may be people you'll meet in your career, your church, or your community who you admire. Former Governor and U.S. Senator Wendell Ford was an important mentor to me. He told me when I was 22 years old, in public service you can make a difference. I carried that advice with me through a 40-year career, and he remained my mentor throughout. This past January, when he passed away, I was asked to say the closing prayer in the Capitol Memorial Service by his family. I had started fresh out of Center working in his campaign mailroom, but his mentorship helped chart my path. So here is your challenge today. It's a challenge to be as involved a citizen leader as you can possibly be and contribute to the greater good, no matter where your career path takes you. Build your lives and careers on a foundation of integrity, commitment to lifelong learning, and draw strength from great mentors. Center has prepared you for lives of leadership and service, and there is no better preparation than you have received here. Take seriously the responsibility that comes with the legacy of the Center experience, and take seriously your role as a leader of tomorrow. I know there are graduates here from around the nation and the world. For those of you who are not Kentuckians, consider staying here and being part of our future. And I have a special message for those of you from Kentucky, as a majority of you are. We need you. We need you. In fact, the future of this state depends on the best and brightest of your generation leading us forward. Kentucky's future is important to me because I do have deep roots in our state and I have pride in our people. I know Kentuckians have a strong spirit, a resilience, and a rich heritage. Those early pioneers carved a civilization out of the wilderness, and they created an early Kentucky marked by cultural, educational, and economic progress. Center College was part of that early commitment to excellence. And though we're often challenged by negative stereotypes in our state, we are a state with a rich history. Our cultural heritage includes critically acclaimed performing arts, a strong visual arts tradition, and poets and authors read around the world, including the state's new poet laureate and Center graduate, Georgella Lyon. Today, as Lieutenant Governor, I'm committed to help build a new Kentucky for this new century so that you will have more opportunities to stay near your roots if that is your choice. And this state today is moving in the right direction. We led the nation last year in economic development activity per capita. We're making significant progress in the education and health care of our people. But not every part of Kentucky is enjoying those same opportunities. We still face significant challenges. There's a critical need for your leadership, a need for individuals committing to make a difference with their lives and to help build a better future. And if your future is not here, help to build a better future wherever your life's journey takes you. In his recent book, The Road to Character, author David Brooks discusses what kind of life adventures produce goodness rather than build resumes. He writes, and I quote, "Commencement speakers are always telling young people to follow their passions. Be true to yourself. This is a vision of life that begins with self and ends with self. But people on the road to inner light do not find their vocations by asking, 'What do I want from life?' They ask, 'What is life asking of me? How can I match my intrinsic talent with one of the world's deep needs?'" Unquote. Your hard work and commitment have resulted in a significant achievement this day, and you are now prepared to be one of the leaders of your community and the world. You will touch lives. You will save lives. You will make peace. You will make art. You will heal. You will dance. You will lead, and you will serve. Do it with joy and with passion. Give all of yourself that you have to give to make a difference in the world. And always remember that your happiness won't be measured by how much you get, but by how much you give. Congratulations, and may you find that happiness. Thank you.
We now turn to the awarding of the Valedictorian prizes, and I want to call on Associate Dean Beth Glacier McDonald to come forward for those announcements. Beth.
It is a great privilege to present the Valedictorian prizes for the class of 2015. Now, many of you may be wondering why I use the plural form prizes. when by the very definition, valedictorian is singular. The student who has the highest scholastic standing. Well, please allow me to convey just a bit of Centre College lore in order to satisfy your curiosity. You see, Centre's heritage does not spring from one source, but from two. The college formally admitted female students for the first time in 1926, after Centre merged with the Kentucky College for Women, which was located just a few blocks from here on Lexington Avenue, the present site of Danville High School. The unification of the two campuses occurred in 1962, when the women of Centre College moved from their housing on the Lexington Avenue campus to new dormitories on the north side of Main Street. This move finally made the college feel like the coeducational institution that it had become, instead of looking like a college with a separate satellite women's campus 3/4 of a mile away. Today, we retain only one tradition to remind us that Centre College was once two institutions. In each graduating class, we recognize two valedictorians, the senior man and the senior woman, who have attained the highest academic standing in their class after 4 years of undergraduate study. Centre College students distinguish themselves in a wide variety of academic and leadership roles. But to be a class valedictorian is truly outstanding, because it honors long-term and unflagging dedication to learning and to the rigorous, creative activity of the mind. And so it is my very great pleasure to present the Gavin Easton Wiseman Valedictorian Prize to Maria Christine Sullivan. And it is equally my great pleasure to present the George Winston Welsh Valedictorian Prize to Eric Reiser Byerly.
The baccalaureate degrees, which have been awarded by the vote of the trustees on the recommendation of the faculty, will now be conferred.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? Mr. President, it is with pleasure and affection that I present to you the members of the senior class who have completed requirements for graduation and, upon recommendation of the faculty, have been approved by the Board of Trustees to receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Centre College of Kentucky, and on the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please rise? Mr. President, it is with pleasure and affection that I present to you the members of the senior class who have completed requirements for graduation and upon recommendation of the faculty have been approved by the Board of Trustees to receive the degree of Bachelor of Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Center College of Kentucky and on the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated.
The individual graduates will now be introduced.
Bachelor of Arts, Nathan Sneed Adams, Abiola Oluwadamalora Adaroba, Jordan Christina Aiken, Robert Truesdale Aldridge, Justin Michael Allard, Kelsey Ray Allen, Emily Ray Alvey, cum laude, Andrew Philip Amend, Albert Thomas Anastasio, magna cum laude, Caroline Frances Anderegg, Georgia Camille Bayless, magna cum laude, James Sullivan Bennett, in absentia, Grant Brent Blevins, Brandon Walker Boyd, Elizabeth Lee Brandt, Jessica Derrickson Brewer, magna cum laude, Irini Nicole Brom, Jamie Nicole Brunner, magna cum laude, Jeremy Charlton Buchanan, Mary McPherson Berger, Anna Olivia Butler, Garrick Thomas Buzzard, cum laude, Lillian Rose Campbell, Jeremy Christopher Carlson, Corey Alexander Cottle, Anna Nicole Collins, cum laude, Jade Nicole Collins, Sarah Elizabeth Cornett, Jessica Lee Craig, Madeline Louise Cunningham, Preston Robert Davis, cum laude, Nathaniel Reed Deaton, Victoria Megan Finnegar DiMartile, cum laude, Vivian Patrice Doyle. Christina Dubique. Iva Joe Durand III. Jacob Allen Eads. Alexander Robert Ehrenschwender. Allison Mackenzie Eisner. Alexander Clayton Ellswick, in absentia. Molly Caitlin Ely, cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Ensign George. Allison Jean Winslow Epperson, cum laude. Audrey Lorraine Ernstberger. Tyler Paul Farquhar, cum laude. Matthew Stephen Farrell. Gretchen Allison Feige. Kiana Cherie Fields. Marielle Rose Flugeman, cum laude. Donald Alexander Fullerweisner. Lydia Georgina Galindo Brito. Kristen Brooke Gallo. Alexandria Michelle Gautier. Matthew Taylor Gilbert, magna cum laude. Marit Claire Gukin. Eleanor Sue Graham. Cole Tanner Guthrie. Alana Christine Guy. Trent Patrick Hafler, cum laude. Patrick Ryan Haggerty, cum laude. Leslie Abigail Hamilton. Wesley Joseph Hardman. Christian Michael Harris. Jordan Keith Hayes. Jenna Ann Hazelwood. Laura Margaret Hellman. Michelina Henskens, cum laude. Anastasia Christine Hicks. Kinsey Madden Heisel. Randall LaRue Hawkinsmith. Catherine Elizabeth Howard, magna cum laude. Joshua Micah Jerome. Elizabeth Ann Jesse. Miao Jiang. Hadley Elizabeth Judson, cum laude. Elizabeth Jian. Jocelyn Page Cantor. Rebecca Gail Kelly, cum laude. Olivia Holland Kernican. Matthew Dalton Key. Jennifer Kim. Rachel Alice Kinnison, magna cum laude. Leanne Clark Kirkpatrick, Claire Margaret Knisney, summa cum laude. Hannah Marie Krosky, Kathleen Beaumont Landon, Brianna Nicole Luthon, Andrew Parker Lawson, magna cum laude. Olivia Graham Leftwich, Parker Reed Leonard, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Loy, magna cum laude. Luke Chandler Maupin, magna cum laude. Morgan Keener Jones Mays, cum laude. Stuart Westwood McCrary, Ryan Joseph McDonald, Kristen Elizabeth Means, Daniel Patrick Dusterberg Miller, cum laude. Jacob Allen Moody, Alexander Sebastian Mulhall, James Mackenzie Nally III, Brittany Caitlin Deshay Neal, Justin Patrick Norris, in absentia. Rachel Mantio Nunnally, cum laude. Emily Margaret Nuttall, Aaron William O'Connor, Scott Andrew Olson, Caitlin Kent Patton, magna cum laude. Logan Trent Pauley, magna cum laude. Julia Margaret Pergande, Claire Meadows Phillips, cum laude. Tonasia Yolanda Pierre, Mariah Lynn Pohl, cum laude. Johanna Grace Pope, Wilmot Kenny Pruitt II, Amanda Page Ramsey, Mary Clemens Rhodes, Jordan Daniel Runberg, Samuel Robert Rush, Thomas Daniel Sacenti, William Arthur Schild II, James Baker Seiler Jr., Eleanor Caitlin Setzer, Tyler Lewis Simons, in absentia. Haley Michelle Smith, Caroline McLeod Snell, magna cum laude. Kelly Ann Staples, Emily Elizabeth Stevenson, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Strassner, Maria Christine Sullivan, summa cum laude. Caitlin Marie Sizor, magna cum laude. Leandra Kristen Taffel. Nicholas Alexander Teal, cum laude. Eric Jeffrey Theodore, cum laude. Catherine Page Thomas, cum laude. Catherine Rose Thomason. Anna Catherine Thompson. Alcina Huang Tran. Charles Joseph Trice IV. Amanda Marie Vance. Terry James Vance. Spencer E. Vetter. Deanna Michelle Walker, cum laude. Nathaniel Lane Walker. Houston David Ward. Elena Christine Waters, cum laude. Alyssa Smith Watson. Ashlyn Christine Weber, magna cum laude. Samantha Bell Weber. Michael Arthur Weeks. Morgan Leanne Whitehead. Hope Evans Wigginton, magna cum laude. Avery Nicole Williams, magna cum laude. Erica S. Williams. Morgan Amelia Williams. Rebecca Brooks Williams, cum laude. Anne Elizabeth Wolfe, cum laude. Evan Nelson Wright. John Ross Wyatt. Clea Tsotsi. Robert Tyler, sorry, for the Bachelor of Science. It's in a rhythm. Robert Tyler A.G. Emily Aaron Aiken. Austin Sawyer Anderson. Robert Alexander Anthony. Anne Ward Arbogast. Brandon Lee Archer. Ryan James Airy. Suzanne Michelle Asbury. Emily Michelle Badgley, magna cum laude. Emily Beth Baker. Tanner Nikolai Ball, magna cum laude. Brianna Nicole Barnett. Jonathan Tyler Barth. Rita Catherine Basconi. Thomas Benson Becker, cum laude. Nathan Emerson Benedict. Eric Reiser Byerly, summa cum laude. Kyle Lloyd Beazle. Sarah Beth Bialik. Amy Lynn Bischoff, magna cum laude. Philip John Briley. Catherine Marie Brinkman. Alyssa Denise Brown. Zachary Carlton Brown, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Brown. Jeffrey Hammond Buchanan. William Thomas Burke. Preston Patrick Cahill. Patrick Robert Casey. Angeli Castillo Nunez in absentia. Taijita Imaresh Elsie Cespedes. Lasadie Ray Chambers, cum laude. Allison Blair Chumbley. Samuel John Claggett. Tristan Barrett Conroy. Alexander Lloyd Cope, magna cum laude. Matthew Connor Cox. Jessica Marie Cruzan, cum laude. Jonathan Craig Danks. Robert Sinclair Davies III. Eamon Walter DeLay. Nicole Susan DeLong. Emily Kristen Dennis. Marley Elizabeth Dubois. Joseph Lynn DeLimba, magna cum laude. Pete Matthew Eddings, magna cum laude. Ashley Lauren Elrady, magna cum laude. Hannah Marie Ellis. Catherine Grace Evans. Edwin Dean Faulkner, magna cum laude. Connor Joseph Feely. Benjamin William Farabee. Andrew Laidley Field, cum laude. Monica Elizabeth Fitch, magna cum laude. Stephen Neal Fortner II. Devin Devon Freeman. Andrea Nicole Frost, magna cum laude. Michael Timothy Geegan. Shelby Schrader Grant. Molly Christine Hamilton, summa cum laude. Sydney Loring Hammond. Nathan Tyler Hannon. Maggie Ann Hartledge. Miles Christian Hill. Rebecca Terry Hines. Luke Henshelwood Amon. Melissa Lee Horn, magna cum laude. Meredith Ann Huff. Jonathan Ryan Hunt, summa cum laude. Deborah Alexandria Michelle Hurley. Sandra Joan Jablonski. Emma Julia Stewart Jones. Claudia Alexander Karakashan. Joshua Manning Karsner. Lauren Elizabeth Keach. John Michael Kelly. Carrie Brooke Knott. Stefan Max Cowell. Samuel Douglas Lane, cum laude. Joseph Paul LaRocco. Andrew Jordan Ledford. Nathaniel Ryan Letton. Zewei Lee. Trey Andrew Litzy. Catherine Hale Mackin. Emily Ann Madden, magna cum laude. Selwyn E. Mulla. Philip Matthew Malloy. Michaela Allison Manley. E. Tong Mao. Grace Ann Martin. James Roundy Martin. Hannah Danielle Massengale. Jacob Bellsmith Matano. Bryce Aaron McCoy. Matthew Thomas McCurdy. Courtney Michelle McKernan, magna cum laude. Paul Alexander McGilligan. Amanda Marie Melton. Andrea Ray Murchak. William Brooks Meredith. Anya Marie Miller. Cameron Evan Miller. John Dean Minton III. Ohan Mizarian Dill. Ann Wallace Mitchell. Hillary Meredith Moore, cum laude. Bridget Evelyn Morris. Celia Reed Moser. Vestine Mahoza. Emma Catherine Mullins. David Taylor Newton, cum laude. Samuel R. Norris. Andrew Thomas O'Bannon. Cody Austin Pack, cum laude. Lindsay Nicole Pack. Kristen Lee Palmer, magna cum laude. Olivia Susan Pardue. Mansi Jayesh Parek. Kimberly Estelle Phelps. Bailey Elizabeth Phillips. Audrey Lawrence Powers. Anne Carol Pruce. Catherine Elizabeth Price. Jess Slayton Pritchett. Nicholas Alexander Rao. Simon Martin Rifen. Gilbert Burdett Richards IV. Sean Garnell Richardson. Joshua Donald Reescamp, summa cum laude. Woody Hampton Reaney, summa cum laude. Erica Marie Ripperger. Louis Taylor Rogers, magna cum laude. Anna Catherine Moses Rowland, cum laude. Vanessa Jean Rosing. John Wesley Rubel, Jr. Madeline Elizabeth Rukavina, magna cum laude. Gregory Austin Saygraves. Barry Lane Schmidt, magna cum laude. James Jared Sears. Alexander Paul Scyther. Chelsea Ann Shields. Shawnee Nicolette Schuler. Hannah Claire Simpson. Stephen Grant Sims, cum laude. Nathan Addison Stein. John Faulkner Stepp. Catherine Lynn Stevenson. Emily Catherine Teague. Pavel Nicholas Tursulich. Jesse Manuel Thompson, cum laude. Layman Wilson Trent. Jenna Lindsay Trost. Zachary Ryan Turner, cum laude. Amber Nicole Justanovich. Caitlin Nicole Vaught. Quinn T. Fu. Danielle Rose Wall, in absentia. Emily Catherine Weedman. Hillary Blair Weichel. Ella Gardner Newton Williams. Charles Edgar Williamson III. Anne Elizabeth Wilson. Prescott Thomas Wing. Winshin Wu, cum laude. Colin Cloutier Worcester. Cyrus Y. Shi. Ling Shi Shao. Michael Zhongli Yu, cum laude.
Nice work there. Randy, thank you. So do you remember that moment that I mentioned? Okay. See, that was that moment I was talking about. And I am, gosh, I like the way we do that. Thank you for that. Now, there's some others to be thanked. I'd like for you parents and others who've had a hand in raising these young people to stand so that we might thank you. And then finally, and not last, one of the things that is a trademark at Center College is the quality of and the dedication of the men and women who teach these young people. I'd like to ask our faculty to stand so the graduates can thank them. Faculty, please stand. Now it's my pleasure to call on Thomas Benson Becker, President of Student Government Association, for a few words. Thomas.
Contrary to what you might think, I don't want to be standing here right now. It's not because I don't have something to say, because just about everyone up here knows that when they need an opinion, I have them in abundance. I don't want to be standing here because this is it. This is the last dance, the closing number, the grand finale. This is the end of a chapter in all of our lives that I have a feeling most of us aren't quite ready to end just yet. The memories we have of the past years are evidence of time spent doing this college thing in Danville, Kentucky. They tell a story that is rapidly coming to a close, and it's a story that I've enjoyed immensely. Center has been a place of growth and inspiration, of triumphs and successes. We haven't always gotten this college thing right, though. There were times when we caved to immaturity and bullying. There were times when we simply didn't try, even though we've been blessed with capabilities and talents that others would bend over backwards to have. And there were times when work hard, play hard was shortened to simply play hard, and our Saturday morning recoveries were anything but pleasant. But you know what's special about us, the class of 2015? We show up. We are a group of individuals that knows how to be there for each other. When we needed help studying, someone showed up to walk us through it. When we got into grad school or got our first job, someone showed up to celebrate with us. When we were struck with the sudden death of someone we hold near and dear, someone showed up to comfort us. Through all of these life-altering experiences, big and small, ones that formed us and challenged us, whether we knew it or not, we were there for each other. We did this college thing together. I would not be who I am today without this college and these people, and I am not the only one on this stage that will claim that. We have walked through fire. We have done what we could where we were with what we had. We came, we saw, we conquered. We have boldly gone where none of us had gone before, and we are finally ready for liftoff. While I can't take credit for originality in that last paragraph, I think that these people have a point to make about human beings, about us, the class of 2015. We are a group that has been molded and influenced by those around us. We have stood on the shoulders of giants. Those giants are our parents, our professors, our mentors, the staff of Center College, and our peers. In my case, it's been all of that. On behalf of all of us up here, baking under the stage lights, holding the piece of paper that sets us apart from 90% of the world in terms of educational attainment, I would like to say thank you. We would like to say thank you. Thank you for being a part of this college thing. Thank you, family. Thank you, friends. Thank you, faculty and staff. You have made our time at Center possible. Thank you for trusting us, for pushing us, and for showing up for us. Thank you for your love and your patience. Thank you for being our role models. Here's my prediction about us, the class of 2015 from Center College. We are going to work very hard. I have a feeling we're still going to play hard too. We are going to miss this place and these people, but we're going to have to learn how to grow where we're planted. We will face struggles and stress, and we will not always have it easy. But we are going to succeed. We are going to love others. We are going to look back on this college thing with pride. And we are going to change this world. I'd say we did this college thing pretty well. Thank you.
As we prepare to sing the college's alma mater and hear the words of benediction, let me share with you several thoughts, and I promise to be brief. Thank you for these years you have spent with us. I am confident you leave Center a better educated person, one more capable of making a difference for good in the life of work and service that awaits you. I'm hopeful you leave Center a better person, one who views the world and its many people with a new sense of community, compassion, kindness, understanding. A person prepared to be a citizen leader who will work with others to find solutions to the challenges of his or her community, this nation, our world. But right now, let me invite you to close your eyes and remember your experiences at Center. Let your memories of these days cascade across your mind. Remember, if you will, your first day, your first roommate, your best course, your worst course, your best friends, the person you worked hardest to like, your greatest achievement, your toughest loss, your best day, and your worst day. All the laughter, some of the tears, all the hopes, a few of the disappointments. Remember these days. Never, ever forget them. You will come to treasure them over time, and this is a powerfully good thing. Remember the people who made this experience possible for you. Take time on this day to thank your parents and family, the professors, coaches, and staff people who contributed mightily to your Center experience. Let your friends know that you are in their debt for their friendship and support. Do not miss any opportunities on this day to thank those who made this commencement possible. Okay, open them up. 3 final thoughts. Gotta be 3. 1, come back. Come back often to Center, as doing so will remind you of these wonderful days and will help you to maintain a sense of humility by reminding you where you were and from whence you came, reminding you to take seriously your work and whatever responsibilities have come your way, but not to take yourself too seriously. You only get to be 20-something once, actually 9 times. But coming back to Center will remind you of this time, and that too is a powerfully good thing. 2, we are counting on you to go and do good things. Hold on to the ideals and high goals you have learned about and made your own. Believe and work for those things that are good and in the interest of all. Never give up on people, though they may give you reason to do so. Don't settle for anything less than a life well lived. You must continue to be your best, do your best, no regrets. Be strong, but ever mindful of those who are weak, and remind yourself daily that you are blessed. 3, your class has had a remarkable run. That's been talked about already today. You have begun a wonderful story, the details of which are too numerous to mention. You have seen productions and heard stories of greatness and courage on this very stage. Your class witnessed being rated as the #1 college for alumni satisfaction, a group of happy graduates you joined today. You were here as we renovated Young Hall, as we opened Brockman Commons, built the new South Fields, and welcomed Mr. Lincoln to our campus. Like the classes before you, you have won numerous prestigious awards that shower attention on you and on your soon-to-be alma mater. You have contributed to our growing success as the nation's leader in global citizenship. And you are among the students in charge as we welcome the general election debate to our campus in 10, 11, 12. Your story here is strong, very strong, but it now falls to you to complete and continue that story, your story. Stories of accomplishment, stories of doing right, stories of learning, of leadership, of service, stories of passion and compassion, stories of extraordinary measure. As you prepare to leave us, know that we, your professors, Susie, and I, and all who have played some role in your center experience, we wish you only the best. We look forward to hearing of your good deeds, your story. We stand prepared to help you again and again and again. We are proud of you. We will miss you. And we love you. Godspeed.
Please join me in a word of prayer. Loving God, we give you thanks for the amazing journey we have had at Center College and for this opportunity to gather together, to remember, to express our gratitude, and to celebrate our accomplishments. You have given us the strength to overcome life's challenges, and you have protected us throughout all of our endeavors. We thank you for Center College, the faculty and staff who have enriched our lives, and for the families who have supported us on this journey. For without them, we would not be on this stage today. We pray that you would make us thankful for all that has been and give us courage for all that is to come. May we meet the challenge to grow into our best selves so that we might contribute to a better world. For from those to whom much has been given, much will be expected. Watch over us now as we go our separate ways. We pray for your guidance as we create futures that will make a difference. And with anticipation, we look forward to every opportunity to return to this beautiful place we call home. Amen.